Hi, I'm Joe the Slot Doc, and today we're going to go over clearing, changing the batteries, and pulling out and reinstalling a CPU board on a Williams bb3 blade cabinet. To open your door, you're going to lift your pin here on the side, swing your door open. Going to turn the unit off if it is on, and then we're going to open this door here. Okay, so anything on the board we're going to disconnect. So on the top here we have a USB. We have our two video cables, our sound, and then there's also a third one on the right, but we're going to disconnect that after we start getting the board out. Now these two little, this here, the locks the board in, so you're going to lift that up, and then you're going to pry that bar up. And you watch the board lift slightly, and then you're going to grab the board, wiggle it, and pull it out. Now to the right, I'm kind of help you get in there real quick. That Molex connector I'm going to disconnect. There you go. Now your board is free to pull out. So our batteries are already good, but you're going to use 2450s, right? 2450 ends. They'll look like this. They'll have a little lip on the side of them. And you're just going to pull them out, slide them into these two slots right here. Clear chip goes in the operating system, OS. So remove your operating system and install your clear chip. Ours is already there. You can order those online. So to reinstall your board, what we're going to do is make sure everything is out of the way. All your wiring. Kind of set it on the shelf like that. And then we're going to plug in first that Molex connector. And again, get everything out of your way. Kind of a little bit of fun here. Get the board going down. There we go. Now these can be reversed, so try to make note of which one of these DVI cables went where if they're not the same color. And I'm just screwing them down here. Okay, now to get the board fully installed, we're going to push down, and then also this latch here, push down on. That latch will go back, and that's how you know you're locked and you're good. I'm going to turn the unit on. Just give it some time here. We're going to let it boot up. Just kind of organizing some of my tools I had out. Hope everybody watching had a good Christmas. Today's the day after for us. We had a lot of fun. These new ones boot pretty fast, and they go through this process pretty quick compared to the BB1 and 2. So you just wait for it to finish, and it's going to tell you on the screen what we need to do. So can you read that there? It says, done, RAM clear, power down, and put in OS flash. So at this point, you can open your door, turn the game off, and from here, what we want to do is remove the operating system, the clear card, and install our original operating system. You can also use this procedure if you're changing games. So if you're going to change the game file and the operating system, it's the same procedure on all of them to set them up. Now we're not going to turn on the ticket printers or any Tito like that. It's going to be a very simple install. You do want to remove, put this back on. I know that some guys debate about using these or not. I like the box sealed. That's why there's fans, and the fans create a vacuum and get everything nice and cool. So this CPU here, it's kind of off to show you. You see these holes here on the bottom? We line those up. Turn that over and lock it in. If yours doesn't have a cam, no big deal. Push your finger in to unlock it. Push your finger to the right to lock it. And that's it. It's kind of tricky to see in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Okay, go ahead and turn the game on. You got your clear card out. And we're going to let it boot up. You got some time here. This is going to take 3 or 4 minutes to fully come on. So you got some time to go to the bottom there and hit our like and subscribe page. You can always ask us questions about anything you're working on currently. And if it's something that we do service, I'll be more than happy to get a video up for you. We do work on antique slots, as you see here. Any slot machine from about 1990 to current, as long as it's a fairly big name. Some of the like Sigmas or strange late 90s stuff we don't work on. No electromechanicals, unfortunately. So late 60s to late 80s we won't work on, but we'll work on a full mechanical. We do pinballs and pool tables. We sell it all for your game room, so go check out our website, slotmachinestore.com. We also have a store. Joe the Slot Doc is our online store. Also on eBay too. And we have 2 showrooms if you want to walk in and chit chat with us. One in Tucson, Arizona, and one in Mesa, Arizona. Lots of glass. That's the big difference between the older and the newer ones. These all have monitors in them now. The old school ones had actual glass in them. See, these are all just monitors now. Getting closer now. Which one is this game? What customer? This is Super Teams, right? Yeah, Super Teams. This is a pretty cool game. I think this one had a progressive, didn't it? Had like a... Some games will have a progressive schedule you have to set up. If I remember right, this one already saved it, so it was really easy. You just went in and hit save, and it already had the information pretty much locked in and saved. This is a game kind of like playing Lord of the Rings, where it'll kind of save your data, save your progress as you go. But I think once you turn it off and turn it back on, even with a good battery, it doesn't matter, it's gonna forget your progress. Slowly getting closer. I'm getting old, my knees are hurting. Ugh. I was just making sure that the door switch was set to open. I'll show you why that in a second here once it gets closer to the boot. bb3s are pretty neat games. They all come with the interactive buttons, the lighting on the sides. bb2 started doing that towards the end of their time. They called those bb2Es, which is an emotion cabinet. And they had only a few lights, one on the top, one on the bottom, but that was kind of the start of the bb3. But there's some really neat games on the third platform. Once this comes up, we're going to open our front door, push our diagnostics button once. Everything's on, and I'm going to install this. In our previous video we did show too, and I'm going to show you here because it's kind of harder to see in there, but you line up the round there, and in this, turn to the left. If this ain't here, just push your finger to the left, and then push your finger back to the right if you don't have a cam lock. Same thing. This is your logic door. You want to keep this on because it really does a good job of making sure that the fans are doing their job. It's sealing it all so that the fans have adequate airflow when you're shrouding it in properly. Anyhow, so we pushed our button in once. Now we're going to go through the menu and clear it as we go down. So we're going to set up, clock set up, just hit set, and then denomination device setup. So we're going to go to machine setup, device setup. For simplicity of the setup, we're not going to go through any printer. There are other YouTube channels out there and videos and tutorials of how to set up a Tito or a printer. Simplicity, we're going to leave it alone. Bills will operate, turn off the printer. We don't have a hopper. Our bill acceptor is an MEI. So you do have to make sure you have that right or it will not work. We're going to save and exit. Now we're going to go to credit setup. Keep it simple, just make it a penny. Disable multi-denom. Now, I was kind of flying through there. We're going to disable these pages. Forgot I got a video watching me here. Going to hit save. So where I went was cash out promotional options. Disabled and hit save. Now we're going to hit set. and then go to denom configuration, super team. We do want to turn on 1 cent. And it says 2. So you got to make sure you're hitting the right denom. 95% payback, that's the best available. We're going to save, so just hit yes, save, save. Okay. Hit set. And then we're going to exit. Now, progressive protocol not set. Okay? So we're going to go to COM setup, serial ports. Progressive type is going to be a WMS. Then we're going to hit set, yes, and then go to config. Some options were automatically set for you. So in this game, it's nice. Everything's already there. We're not going to modify anything. We're going to leave it exactly the way it is. Hit save, and yes, and then go to exit. So now all of our codes are gone. So some games you're going to go in there with a par sheet and set up your actual jackpots, how it's going to contribute, what it's going to contribute at. It's nice when they're just preset in the software and you can just do it this way. We're going to hit return to game. And then from here, you're done. So you're going to push, I'm going to pull out the door switch, let the game think the door is closed, and it's going to now load everything up. So at this point, you're just waiting for the game to turn on. Again, every game has its own slight variances in the setup page, but this tutorial is going to work for any battery change and any game change. The only difference is you can install your clear chip. When you take your clear chip out, you want to install whatever new game you're putting in at that point. And then from this procedure, it is the same. It's almost done. You can see it coming on now. Almost done. Let's get it. This game's kind of cool. It's got like the superheroes up top flying. Some games fire right up, some take a little longer. Yeah, it's getting close now. There it goes. And voila. So this game is ready to play, ready to enjoy. Put your credits in and go for it. Do you appreciate your time? Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Our store name is Slot Machine Store. So if you need anything for your home, please feel free to check us out. And don't hesitate to ask me any questions or ask me to post up any videos. But here you go. Get your Williams up. Thank you.